Hello again, whiskey friends. I'm Durell, the whiskey saint, and we are back for another video, guys. We are going to be diving back into these samples that I got. Told you one way to get through them: shoot these videos, force myself to get through them, or they're just going to accumulate. I don't say force like they're bad. It's just I just never catch myself really getting into them. I just have all these other bottles that I kind of want to just try, and these kind of get put on the back burner. So no better way to do it than here with you guys, trying to blind and pour gas to see if I can maybe get some things correct about the whiskey. So stick with me, guys. We're gonna dive into another one blind, see how well or see how bad, or maybe just plain out terrible I do at trying to pull out some specs on it. Distillery, age, and all that good stuff. So stick with me. We're about to kick this show off. Cheers. Welcome back, guys. So we have my big old sample box over here, guys. And we're just going to honestly reach in and pull out a sample. And I want to make sure, oops, put the glass there. I want to make sure the label is facing out for you guys. And hopefully the camera picks it up. I'll just rotate it a bit. I won't be looking. I'll just cover it back up. And take this little stopper thingy out of there. And we're going to pour this up. Pour the whole 2 ounces. If it's very, very good, maybe I pour, half of it back in there, but that still causes a problem of accumulation, but God, 2 ounces on here is so much. Whoops, and I can't pick up the little thing that dropped out of here. Let's see. All right. So we got that sitting in the glass for a bit, guys, as I put the top back on this. And I'm just going to throw it into my handy dandy whiskey nose solid gold blend so I can't see what it is. I'm going to place that here and just look at this. Let me move this out of the way. Get some lighting back over here. This is actually pretty dark. Wow. And guys, full transparency, I have no idea what this is. I tend to even forget what people have sent me. So it's always new and refreshing to me doing these blinds. Oh, wow. I'll say first initial nose, this smelled fantastic. Got like a quick finish vibe when I nosed it. I would think bourbon for sure. This doesn't come across as a ride to me on the nose at all. A little bit of funk to it too. Yeah, kind of like not a dusty as in like old age, but like a dusty, funky, like oaky note. Almost like a wet rick house. What you would think that wood would kind of smell like. Which I dig. Gives it some character, makes it come across older. I don't know if it is, age stated or not, but if I was to guess on the nose, I would think it's probably like an 8-year product. This nose is really, really nice. So yeah, just super rich, sweet, has that funky oak, which I dig. I tend to get that on some Barton products. The Calumet, I remember, had that funky note. Lucky Sevens have it as well. A little bit of cherry here. Slightly ethanol forward. You do like I nose it a bit, and it's definitely there. Kind of lights up the nose a little bit. But yeah, just super rich and oaky. Wow. All right, enough nosing, guys. I gotta I gotta taste it, see if I can maybe figure it out. This thing smells good. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. Cheers, guys. Oh, hmm. Definitely bourbon. I'm trying to think if that's finished or not. Like I almost got an ECBP vibe on that first sip, but it has something weird to the nose that almost comes across like it's finished, and obviously those aren't finished. Oh man, but this is nice. Let me go in for another sip, guys. Hmm. This is interesting because it reminds me of Heaven Hill, but there's something I typically get, and I can't even really describe it on some Heaven Hill products, which this doesn't have. But it has that nice rich oak. Like ECBP would kind of fit the script because it's a heavy, rich oak influence on this. But for some reason, I just want to. It comes across like a slightly finished to me. Nose is opening up a bit, getting a little sweeter. I gotta take another sip, guys. This one kind of has me a little confused. I will say Kentucky. I don't think this is MGP. I don't think it's anywhere outside of Kentucky. Bourbon. I'm at a minimum of like 8 years on this. I'll be surprised if it's younger. If it is, good on the company, man, for doing whatever they did to make this come across like just that rich and dense. Yeah, but this is just classic bourbon. I want to say like old bourbon, but I don't really know how many samples that I have in here that have some considerable age, but oh man, this is just lovely. Let's go in for another sip, guys. Yeah, I don't if I had to guess a distillery, what the heck would I go with? I don't think it's Heaven Hill anymore. Like it gave me that slight vibe of when I first sipped it. Doesn't come across as Beam. Doesn't come across as like Four Roses. I don't get Jack Daniels there. Like this is tough. Like I don't think it's MGP, so I'm sticking with Kentucky. I do think it's a cash strength or a barrel proof whiskey. I would think right around got 118 to maybe 125 max. If I was hedging, I'll just say like 120 proof. Kentucky bourbon, not finished, but distillery, man. This is perplexing me. I'm gonna probably just take one more sip, guys, then reveal, and hopefully I got something right. That last sip, like, kind of reminded me of MGP. Oh man, yeah, I'm a little confused, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I think like proof is probably right around where I'm hoping. So yeah, right around that 120 proof. Age, I'll be curious. If this is younger, that's gonna be actually pretty killer. But I'm gonna guess 8 years, 122 proof, Kentucky bourbon, not finished whiskey. If I had a distillery, yeah, or I would probably hedge it with MGP, to be honest. If I was a betting man and, try to maybe secure a couple points, I probably would have went that route. But I'm honestly not sure on a distillery. It doesn't come across as like a distinct flavor profile that I'm very used of. And watch this be something that I've drank like numerous times and I'm just like, crapping out. But that's the fun of these blinds, and I like doing it this way, no preconceived notions of what I'm drinking, so I don't have any bias. I'll let you know if it's good or if it's bad. And if you've been sticking with me through these, you've seen a couple bad ones in the faces I've made. So it's all honest over here. But let's get into this reveal, guys, because I'm very, very curious. Hopefully some of the specs versus just the name of the bottle is on here. So I know. If it isn't, maybe I can try to look it up to see how close I was. So what we were drinking, or what I was drinking. Ah, okay. So let me actually, because I don't have the specs, but so it was the Bardstown Discovery 2. Let's pull that up really quick, guys. Bardstown Discovery 2. Let's see if I can pull the specs up really quick on this bottle. Okay, so this bottle is 40% Kentucky 12-year-old, 18%. Oh, that's the Fusion. God, I'm looking up the wrong bottle, guys. Jeez Louise. Apologies. Let me see if I can actually get this while we're doing it. "12-year-old Kentucky bourbon combined with light accents of older and younger Kentucky bourbons." I don't have the exact. I think we do here. So, blended 3-source Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys aging from 10 to 14 years. The breakdown is as follows: 44%, 10-year, 75, 13, 12, which I believe is. Actually, no, I'm not even going to guess because I'm not sure. 39%, 12-year, 74, 18, 8, and a 17%, 14-year, 78 corn, 10 rye, 12 malted barley. Bourbon, 121.21 proof. So, guys, I was pretty close. Distillery would have been tough. Like, they're not telling you. You got to kind of go off mash bills, right, to kind of guess what the distilleries were. But I said Kentucky, I said bourbon, I said 120 proof. It's 121 years. They range, but if it was age stated, we are looking at 10 years, right? So I did say I think that 8 to 10 year, even potentially a little older. But the oak on here it shines through, man. Like, this is nice. Like, you can just tell it carries some nice age. And like I said 8, but like I kind of thought I was lowballing a bit, but I just don't know how many samples that I had some age like this in it. But Bardstown Discovery 2, guys, this is a fantastic, fantastic whiskey. I know I had it before. I just don't remember tasting it like that, nor is it on my shelf. So kind of hence the unfamiliarity of it. But thank you guys for sticking with me through another one of these poor guesses. I think I did fairly well. Besides the distillery, I was pretty locked in on that. So I'm pretty happy with the results on that. Till next time, guys. Cheers. Have a good day.
Jeff just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeff!